Hi James, so in this video we're going to cover how to do a blog page and how to link that to the blog section on the website. This can be a little bit tricky. Some of my customers find it takes them a couple of attempts to do it, but once they've done it a couple of times it's pretty straightforward. One thing I will mention before we get started though is included in your hosting fees you've got 30 minutes a month of completely free support from me. So if you do look at this and you think the blogs might be a bit of a challenge or a bit too time consuming, obviously a blog page can be done in under 30 minutes. So I can do that for you and take that away from you. But I like to show you this anyway, so that if you do want to be able to go in and do your own blogs, you can basically do that. So the first thing to look at is you'll need to have watched the image video first for this to make any sense effectively. So just make sure you've watched the video about image uploads first. So when you're making a blog, you'll see that actually labelled as blog and then a number and then what the subject is. So the reason they're named like that is so that you can identify it's a blog page, and actually got some good keywords in there for Google as actually the page name. So the best rule is go to the last blog. So for here it would be the tables one. This is how you start the process. So you take this page and up in the top here you then have duplicate this page. So clip that, and that's going to basically take a copy of this page. You'll see then it just takes a minute for that to be saved. Once the save correctly message is gone, you then come over to the right hand side here and then click the little padlock, and here we're going to rename the page. This is important. You don't want to rename your page something too generic like a blog, just the word blog. The chances are you're going to overwrite an existing page and it won't warn you that you're going to do that. So for blogs, my recommendation would be to give it the name of blog. This is going to be the third blog, so then put the number 3 in there and then put the subject in here. So because this is just a test, I'm going to put in here blog, then a hyphen, then test. So we basically know this is just a test page I'm making. It's got a unique name and we're not over saving a page that already exists on this website. So when you're happy that you've got the name right, you can't use capitals in here, you can't use spaces, so that's why you've got the little hyphens. You then click the padlock, and then you should then see the name change up here. Then as a good tip, before you get too far into it and do loads of work, if you publish this page and hit OK, and then it's a good tip to then leave the page and exit, and then go back into Bramble. And that basically is making sure that that page has saved correctly. So there it is, blog 3, and then the page name we gave it blog test. So you'll click on that, and what that's basically done is taken a complete copy of the tables blog that you've had before, but you're now obviously in a new page and you can go through, give it whatever the names that you want it to give. So let's just say this one's about blog test upload. So you give it the title of whatever you want it to be. Again, keywords are important in the page title, so if you've got a section about cupboards or whatever, make sure you're using bespoke furniture, bespoke cupboards, and the name Lux more as well. Good keywords to have in the title. For the images, same process as the video showed you. You'd go to the previous blog page, so go to the live website, go to that tables blog page, take the photograph from there, and the best practice is to take a copy of that onto the desktop, and then as I've shown you in the previous video, you would then bring that image into Photoshop, paste your new image over the top, compress it, give it the unique file name. All of that's covered in the image video, and then basically what you do then is you click on here and then you change the image. So if that was an image of a cupboard and we'd done all the correct compression, we'd change the image, we'd drag that new image across, and that would replace it, and then same with the remembering the little thumbnail part, you turn the thumbnail off, click on another image, go back in, turn the thumbnail back on, give it its image alt tag. So you go through, replace all the images with your new blog images, replace all the wording, clicking the different sections and pasting in your new text. Same process down here. These images are portraits, so you do the same thing, go to the original blog, copy them, paste them. It doesn't matter if these images on your new blog are not actually portrait, you can just drag across your new image that's landscape, that would be fine, and then this one would then be deleted copy that across, drag in another image. So if they're all sort of the same shape, if they're a landscape rather than portrait, it doesn't matter. Line it all up, get it all as you want it. A couple of important bits here. So down here, when you click it, this is a H1 heading, so a heading 1 tag. What I've done in here is, because that was all about tables, this previous blog post, I've got the word bespoke, kitchen, table, tables, Suffolk. So if your new blog here was all about cupboards, you could do the same thing. You could do bespoke, you could do cupboard, you could then do cupboards, you could then do furniture. And if it was a job in Suffolk, you could leave it as Suffolk. If it was something you did in London, you could put London. All you're doing there really is you're adding some really good keywords as your H1 header tag. So the word bespoke, the word cupboard, the word cupboards, the word furniture, the word London, all relevant if that was a blog post about cupboards. So you'd do that, you'd get this blog as you wanted it. If we said that was everything as we wanted it and that was fine, you'd then publish. And that's your blog page for this month done. So then it's just about how you link that up. So you'd save that, go to your blog menu page. So this is your previous blogs. Obviously what you want to do with the blog is the first one needs to be the newest, the most relevant, and then as you go down the page, all your content then is older. So what you do is you take your previous blog posts and you've got their duplicate, and then you would upload your new image. So change your image to your new preview image. And again, same process, you'd go back to your website, you'd go back to the blog page, you take the image that you had before, drop that across, bring that into Photoshop, save it, that's going to then be your preview image, upload your new preview image, then it's all the correct size, drop the month in, so if this was your March one, drop whatever the title is, again keep it fairly punchy because you don't want it to end up on 2 lines and make this look messy on a phone or a tablet. So whatever your wording was, you can link the wording to the blog page. So if you click on create link, you can give it a title. So we'll just call this blog test. Choose the page. So there's our page, the 3rd blog page. Save that. If it fades out the color, you can just click on the previous blog post, take the font color, copy it, click back in here, copy the font color, and then that's remained the same. You can link the image to the blog post. So click on the image. At the moment that's linking to tables, so just link it across to the new blog post, save that, and the details button, you'd also want that to link to the new blog as well. Blog post 3, save. You would then publish, and then obviously go and test that all those links work, so that when you click the image, when you click the word title, and then when you've also clicked the button, it's all sending you across to that new page. So that can be a little bit confusing. You might need to watch that video a couple of times. Again, I'm going to exit here and leave the page. What I'll also do while you're here is you don't want to leave a load of dead test pages kicking around on your website, because obviously on your sitemap Google's going to find them and try and do something with them. So what I'll do while I'm here is, and this is very important, you don't want to do this by accident, so only ever do this if you mean to delete it, but because this is a test page, you'll get no warning. We're going to just delete it and remove that test page, and it's gone. So that page is then gone. So obviously you don't really want to be deleting anything, but I don't want to leave an old blog page on your website. It's bad for SEO. So eventually you should end up with a load of blog pages all sat in there, labelled with the number, labelled with the description, and I hope that sort of helps. Like I say, it's not the easiest thing in the world. Once you've done a couple, it makes a lot more sense. And of course, you've got that free support if this is a bit too much. Setting up a blog page and linking it up probably takes me about 20 minutes. So if you are struggling, obviously give me a shout and I can manage and look after those for you. So yeah, I hope that helps. Any questions or anything, just let me know. Thanks for watching.